Hello everyone and welcome back to Farm Simulator 22. We're back here on No Man's Land with Grober Games. So last month we had quite a bit of work done. We got our hay cut and tethered, so we'll be raking that today. We ended up getting one of our new fields eshed out here. And today we're gonna be having another pretty busy month for this year. So what we're gonna start with today is, like I said, we're gonna get all this wood and furniture hauled away to the town here. Just a second here. We're still working on mixing feed from the last episode as well. Let's turn this on. We'll just get them topped off so that way we can make sure we get all the hay out of this TMR mixer by the time we're done. Oh yeah, we'll easily get that out of there. That won't be an issue. I'll turn this off here and let that keep filling. But today's agenda, we're going to obviously get started by hauling this load in today. The other thing I was thinking of today, depending on how much money we make here, I might pick up the new sprayer today. Just because we will be needing it for later this season. After we get the sorghum harvested, we're going to be working on getting all the... what's the word I'm looking for? We're going to be working on getting a bunch of canola seeded as well. And I was starting to think, if things go right, I might plant one of our new fields into canola as well, just to get quite a large variety of crops going here, I figured, for the farm. I'm still kind of tentatively planning on putting up another bin at some point here, but I kind of want to get the new sprayer invested into, and if we end up investing in a new sprayer, we'll probably end up bringing all our old spraying equipment and the side dresser in today as well and getting rid of that. Just so that way we're all set up there and we could just park the sprayer. And the nice thing will be is we'll be technically shorting ourselves one piece of equipment, just getting rid of the side dresser as well. So that'll be a good feeling out for the farm. Just basically not better equipment managing, but having less stuff to worry about storing here. But let's see how much we make off everything today here. Trying to get the load somewhat there, because you can kind of tell the truck struggles a little bit to pull onto the platform when we have all the weight on the rear of the trailer. So we made quite a bit of money there. I was expecting a little bit more, to be honest with you. I didn't really look at to see how much we were getting for everything. I probably should have, to be honest with you, but I was just more excited to get stuff sold. So yeah, we made dang good money there, actually. So you know what, we're gonna head back here. We're gonna go get the sprayer unloaded, get the side dresser unloaded, and then we're gonna get that stuff brought in today as well. And we're gonna get our new get the stuff traded in, and we're going to get our new sprayer bought today. So I think that's what we'll start out with today with, and then I've had a viewer asking me if I could show off the 1855 a little bit more often, so I'm gonna bring it back to the farm today, because it'll be actually nice to have an extra spare tractor around, especially since we're getting closer to fall here, that we actually probably could use we could probably use the 1855 here, just because we always seem to be like short an auger tractor, so to speak, so we could at least put it on that, and then I figure we could use it to rake today as well, just because we've been really racking up the hours on the 40/20. I didn't really notice that right away until I realized like all the small farm yard tasks, so to speak, that I've been using for it. So the one thing I'm kind of concerned about right now is I don't think, let's see here, I don't think that our side dresser is going to fit on that trailer quite right, so we might have to do a little finagling to get that situated correctly. But I know we can get this up there for sure. I know I complained about this little sprayer a little bit just with the hitch, but it's been a really good it's been a good little sprayer for it. It's just that it's not something I'm used to. Overall, it's a very, very good mod, though. But I'm gonna be I think we'll be happier with our self-propelled sprayer. And you know what? I just realized I never calculated. We got our... Oh, geez. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this up there. Tractor's being a little finicky. Hopefully I can get this. Oh, geez. Okay, there we go. I just realized that we got to get rid of our... you know what? Let's back that all the way up there. It's just because we can. Because we got the side dresser yet. And then I didn't think about it, but we got our crop sensor as well. We can sell too, so that'll be some extra money back as well. I kind of forgot about that, to be honest with you. Because I don't think we'll ever have a need for it if we get that self-propelled sprayer with the sensors on it already. So we'll actually have to load that up as well here. So let's grab that before I forget about it again. But I'm still going to keep that line spreader. It's going to be a lot better to spread with that than using the sprayer that we're planning on getting, in my opinion. Just because the sprayer doesn't have as much as capacity in its spreader box, which is not a big deal. Like I'll probably use it a little bit for dry fertilizer if we get to the point where we need to start spreading dry fertilizer again. Drop that there. Yeah, I do not think we're going to be able to get the side dresser up there that easily. I wonder if this... I never looked to see if this Demco trailer has like a hitch like the old trailer we used to have, where we could just hook stuff behind it, because yeah, I already can tell the wheel stance is way too wide for this. So you know what, let's leave that here for now. I'm going to pull that around towards the toolbox and see if we can actually buy a trailer hitch for it, so to speak. I shouldn't say trailer hitch, but a trailing hitch, so that way we could just hook stuff up behind the flatbed here if we need to, like this situation. If not, I'll make something work. Oh, we're not close enough. So let's actually... And the one thing I saw this morning as well, I was looking at the used market. There's actually a Wilson livestock trailer for sale for the semi, but I do not know if I want to invest into it. I mean, it is dirt cheap. I mean, $27,000, which would be good for us, but I don't think we really need a trailer that large. I mean, it'd be nice, but if we do that, what are we ever going to use the whatchamacallit for? Oh, I didn't realize that said grain yet. Let's fix that quick. Actually, yeah, we're just gonna name it trail again. Struggling right now. And there we go. That's better. So, does not look like we can sneak away with the hitch. So we're just gonna cheat a little here. But you know, I'm gonna kind of miss side dressing. But with as large as our farm is getting, it's gonna be best for us. Just cause with the sprayer we'll be able to cover more ground and such. Even though in reality we won't be putting the nitrogen directly into the ground, like right next to the roots where it's gonna be needed. But this will all work out in the end. The one thing I think would be really cool to see one day as a mod, but I don't think we will, is back in the day when I was when I did an internship out of college, I went to work for a farmer that installed precision planting parts and 360 yields. Oh geez. I don't know if this is gonna work. Trying to finagle it till at least where we can get the hitch off the ground. I mean, it's not pretty, but we'll make it work for now. I know there's a trailer mod where I could get the extensions, and I should probably like the side extensions for wheels, and I really should get that mod instead of this one, but this will have to do for now. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So back in the day, when I had to do an internship in college, I went to work for a farmer that he also had a business where he installed precision planting parts on planters, and he also worked with like 360 Yield Center. Oh shoot, I forgot to unload the fertilizer. Oh, that's fine. We'll just sell it. It'll be fine. It's not a big deal. Anyways, so we used to install 360 Yield Center aftermarket parts as well on stuff. And what 360 Yield was another aftermarket thing for sprayers and stuff like that. So one of the things that they had, and I think it would be cool to see in the game, but I think it'd be really hard to implement, especially on sprayers, just because I'm sure there's already a lot that goes into making modded self-propelled sprayers, is that they had this thing called a Y drop. So basically it had like so basically you just use the sprayer boom and you would attach the drop. You just put like a metal piping on it that would hold these, like, I guess the best way to describe it be like it would be in shape of a triangle or like a cultivator sweep. And coming off those, they had drag hoses. So basically, this was another form of side dressing that was just recently coming out during the time when I was working there. And basically, with that, the hoses would be dropping nitrogen right onto the plant itself. Versus with the side dresser here, you put it right in between the rows. So the main goal of that was so that you'd be directly given the nitrogen to the crops itself. And what I mean by that is, what's the best example? Let me sell all this stuff quick here and I'll get back to that train of thought. So we got 13 grand there. So we made almost 42 grand off all that stuff. So basically, instead of us just putting the nitrogen right in between the rows, like we did with our side dresser, we would be putting it right on the crop itself. So, and I've heard both sides of the arguments, and I'm kind of in between on it, to be honest with you. So, like someone said, well, they didn't like it because they didn't like the idea of it because if you're putting the nitrogen right on top of the crop, it has no need to, like, right on top of the plant itself. They said they felt like it had no need to kind of expand its root system, so to speak. And I could kind of see that argument. But when you sit there, before I forget, since we're here, we'll grab 2 of these. And we'll grab 1 of those, since we already got one. So that way we don't have to make another trip later. So basically, I understood. Oh geez, this ain't gonna work, is it? It's too narrow. Oh yeah, so we'll just have to bring that home sometime on our own time. Anyways, so basically, their argument was like, if you did that, you would be pretty much causing a bad rooting system for your crop, and it would be easy for like the corn or whatever you're applying it to at the time for it to like easily snap over just because they don't have a strong enough root base. But part of me felt like, especially like some years where we have really dry seasons, that it made sense, because that way, just because it's not very volatile in the soil, so to speak. I shouldn't say volatile, but you're not seeing much movement in the soil as is. Like, the roots are going to go down no matter what for moisture. But at least with applying it directly on the plant itself, you would have less chances of that nitrogen actually leaching into the soil and into the groundwater, so to speak. So I felt like the Y drops are still probably the best design. And I know one of the guys, just because I keep in contact up there, is that one of the farmers we installed planter on was asking us about, hey, do they have a setup for side dressers so he could get rid of the coulters. And at the time they did not, but he ended up buying a bunch, because this was only a sprayer aftermarket attachment. He ended up buying a bunch and engineering it so he could put on his side dresser instead, and he ended up cutting a lot of weight off his side dresser, because this guy ran a 36-row side dresser, which is just a massive machine. I can even remember him saying that he had like a case quad track, and he said it it pulled it pretty hard, but after he dropped all that weight, it ended up pulling it like it was nothing anymore. But it's just kind of interesting to think about how far we've come in the last 10 years of technology, even in ag. But I'm gonna go grab the Oliver, and we're gonna put that on the rake today and start raking right away, and we'll see how much we can get done here. I feel like I've taken enough of your time with my food for thought things and random thoughts from the past, but we're gonna jump into the time lapse here finally, and we'll see you guys in a bit. All right, well, I think we're going to start wrapping up today's episode. We got quite a bit done already. I think we spent most of the time just running around right away today, trying to get errands done and such, but that's sometimes how it goes sometimes on the farm. We just have so many places to go, so much to do, and then by the time we start getting around to getting our tasks done, trying to get some of our tasks done, we don't feel like we get much done. But, you know, we got that sprayer sitting up there at the shop yet. We'll have to bring that home sometime. I might do that in between episodes. In between this episode and the next one here, just so we can have it back, because just to take a little bit of break from making hay here. And right now I think we got quite a handful of bales out here, so we're gonna be pretty busy for a little bit here. But when we come back, we'll still be in this month yet. I'm gonna try my best to get this field all etched out and knocked out. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to get soil sampling done, and we'll probably work on getting stuff limed, to be honest with you. So that way they're both ready to go. And then when I decide what I'm going to plant over here, I think when we go into the next month, we'll probably work on we're obviously going to be working on getting all our sorghum harvested and such. But I'm trying to figure out what I want to plant in these two fields next year. It'd be pretty easy to just put corn bean rotation out here, but I'm thinking of putting something else in this field out here. I'm thinking maybe we could put canola out here as well when we start drilling canola, so that way we have a little bit more variety, and that way we can kind of but spread out our harvest timing, so to speak. So that way we just don't have so much corn to harvest that we can't get it done, or beans, or vice versa. So I'm thinking we'll definitely be putting canola or something like that to extend out here. Maybe even we'll leave it alone, and maybe we'll put some winter wheat or something out here, because I'm starting to think maybe we'll put up a bin off-site. Maybe we'll invest into another livestock production structure. Maybe we can do chickens or something and start getting some eggs done. Put up I got a really nice big chicken barn mod somewhere that I could dig out, and that probably wouldn't be bad for this series. And then no, we'll hold off on that, because I actually want to invest into another type of business somewhere further away from the property first. And then what probably wouldn't be a bad idea is, I was just looking over there towards the wooded area. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to kind of put it out over there, so to speak. And then we could just put the bin over there, and then we could just move a tractor or something over there, so that way we can easily feed the chickens real easy, clean like, and such. But we'll probably have to get another auger or something, because I don't know how I would feel transferring the Westfield auger back and forth between the farms. I'll have to think on that. But anyways, we're going to finally wrap up today's episode. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe so you can stay up to date to the latest series. Above all else, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. And most of all, thanks for watching.